Hello everybody, today I'm going to be coaching a 1700 recent Wn8 player by the name of Johnny from the EU server. He's trying to improve at his Tiger Mouse, which is the tank that he played during this coaching session. If you're wondering how a student might get access to coaching from me or other top level World of Tanks players, the way that he got access to this coaching was through a Discord, which I've linked in the description and in the pinned comment. Players of any skill level are welcome to join the Discord server. Even if you're completely new to the game, we'll accept you, and we are willing to coach anybody. If you're interested in receiving some of this coaching from a top-level World of Tanks player, join the Discord, which I've linked, and message Ferret10 to learn more information. In my experience, what coaching really helps with is seeing things that are in your blind spot. What I mean by that is you can learn your weaknesses, which you may not have even been aware of before the coaching session. And that's what really allows you to improve and to grow in World of Tanks. You identify your weaknesses, which I do in this session with Johnny. And then you learn how to implement improvements in your gameplay to cover those weaknesses or to remove the weaknesses entirely. And you can do that with, for example, weekly or monthly sessions is how I would recommend you going about that. So hopefully in this video you'll see some of those weaknesses identified in Johnny's gameplay, and hopefully some of that is applicable to your own gameplay, and so you get something out of this video. That's the main goal of me uploading this. Now, I'm not personally coaching anymore, but I can vouch for the other coaches. I know them all personally, and I've played with all of them, and I've played with some of them even quite a lot. They've been on my teams, my competitive teams, and I can vouch for the fact that they have the skill and knowledge required to be an effective coach for nearly any player. Now, let's get into the coaching session with Johnny, which, of course, I received permission to record and upload beforehand. Another thing which I forgot to mention is that at certain points during this recording, I'm going to be referring to a stratsketch. A stratsketch is just a map which you can ping on. You can show other people where your certain positions and whatnot using a marker. He has the stratsketch open on his second monitor, and I have it open on my second monitor, but it wasn't recorded during the session. So if I'm ever talking about a certain position, and you don't see any indication that I'm referring to it, because I can't ping on his map, obviously, because I'm not in his battle or anything. It's because I'm referring to that stratsketch, and so I'll try to add some explanation after the fact or some video after the fact to explain what I was explaining to him through the stratsketch. But there will be times where it simply is not going to be shown and you'll be confused, and that's the reason why. And for those moments, just skip over them. You'll get the gist of the session just by watching the rest of it, even if you skip over those small parts where I'm explaining something on the map.
So yeah, okay, let's try this.
Okay,
And no RD. So this guy, the 60 TP, I will have trouble to pen. S-Conk, I will have trouble to pen. Conk, probably, and Torn and VK, it's okay because they're lower tier. So I basically usually, no RD, I'm just usually taking this spot,
yeah.
like the hold down, and hopefully the 60 or S-Conk don't come on the balcony, because then they're gonna have like free hits on me.
I'm curious to see how this this loadout is gonna work out. I'm actually pretty excited about this because I'm thinking I'll probably try this too. This loadout. You're actually going pretty fast, not bad, considering you don't have turbo.
Let's see this road.
So no artillery. That's good for this hold down position. This is a good spot, I agree. You don't have a great turret, but at the same time, it's not a terrible turret, and it can work.
Okay, we're losing hill, so I'm gonna get shots from there if I stay in this spot.
Oh, they have an angle through there, don't they?
Yeah,
Onto the hold down. Okay.
they have.
Well, the other thing
I,
I would say is this thing is a good side scraper, so you can't always just revert to playing the the corner somewhere around here and side scraping them as well if your other positions don't work out.
Maybe let's try. Actually, should just two guys in the hold down on the opposite side. Yeah, see, he's getting shot already.
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys won't have shot on me here. Yeah, correct. What is this torn? Not penable.
The first thing I notice is I think you can side scrape slightly less. They're not aimed at you right now, so it doesn't matter, but I think they will actually pen your side, just like slightly less side scrape.
Like
Yeah,
this?
that's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the side armor on this thing is not very good.
Exactly. This torn is gonna be pain to pen.
For sure. I think there's a small chance you can pen him directly like his turret cheeks. There might be some weird overmatch on the top, but usually just directly onto there. It's not gonna be easy though. I will admit it's not an easy shot at all. But unless he's like angled down, I don't think there's anything you can overmatch on the top. I could be wrong about that.
Critical hit. But no damage.
V-stab seems like it's making a huge difference, especially because you're moving slower, but
I'm aiming for the only like orange spot right now, so
I would
pretty much
say
like
in general
50.
try to avoid his gun. Like when you're shooting directly through his hull, you can just avoid his gun maybe. Shoot to the side of it if possible.
This is gonna take all day.
You can maybe just ignore him and shoot this guy. I don't know though.
Let's get into position for that VK.
Nice. Because it seems like the Torn isn't necessarily paying much attention to you.
Yeah, he's shooting the guys, the 62p, I think. He's not gonna peek. Okay, because he's shooting the other guys.
Nice. And one
They're
thing,
moving up here.
actually I'll save this for after the battle. I'll just write it down and say it after. It's not important for right now.
Sure. They're moving up there. There's still BZ and CC. CC might die, but whoa.
Nice
Hold
pen.
on.
Your aim seems to be quite smooth, which is a good sign. It looks like you're kind of losing here. You do have a mouse comrade, which is good. So right there, you can actually shoot through his tracks, like at the front of his tank, just through his tracks at that angle. It's the best place to shoot. The angle might change now, but
Horn had a little bit of hole exposed for a second there. Right here?
no, he's not angled enough now.
Okay.
Basically, because you have APCR, sometimes you can shoot through the tracks there, but he's not angled nearly enough now to do that. Looks like you're getting flanked.
Yeah, let's saturate the other way. Oh, that was unexpected. You shot. Sorry, dude.
I doubt they're gonna be able to kill you guys, actually.
Yeah,
You guys work together well. Unfortunate.
Trolling begins.
And this Progetto is in a problem position. Nice.
Is he gonna drown? Guess not. Oh.
If you don't get it, well, that was close. if you don't get a straight up penning shot right now, I would just go for damage because you're getting surrounded. Like you gotta make every shot count. If you don't bother shooting like a hull down guy when you're just getting surrounded, you know?
That was my
Okay,
bad because I peeked before I got reloaded.
that's all good. It's nice that you got out that last shot. Um, so a couple things. You can go on the strat sketch. So I actually like the position you took. I haven't used that spot before, but you were safe from up here, and since your team started losing, it was a good time to, or it was a good spot to defend from. I think once these guys start pushing, since they were kind of coming in kind of slow, maybe the shot on the 60 TP is good, but this Torn Bomb, he's kind of like the least threat. These guys, I think, since they were closer, are more of a threat. You could maybe like come. It's kind of hard to ping, but like go towards the south a little bit. Not actually move out of cover, but just go enough south so that these guys can't shoot you on the move. And then just focus these guys with your mouse friend and try to focus down some tanks. Um, Another couple things that I wanted to point out though. You only have looks like 2 HE shots on this thing. I
Yeah,
would
just
def
two.
I would definitely bring. You're not gonna run out of ammo in this thing. I would bring at least like I would personally bring like 10, just because those Tornvong shots. They were very unlikely to pen. I'm not saying you necessarily have to load HE, but there were some points where I think you could have before you were shooting that VK. Because the Torn, although it like its side of its turret and the top of its turret are actually quite weak, like 50mm plates. It's just at an auto ricochet angle, but if you actually hit them with HE, it would do like 150 damage or 200. You could side scrape in the beginning a little bit less, but it looks like you fixed that throughout the battle, which was good to see. I'm actually gonna Discord stream real quick. You can watch. I want to point something else about the armor model in this tank.
Right.
Just
Okay. 1 second. Can you, because for no apparent reason, tanks.gg doesn't seem to work for me. Can you, for a second, put on the Tornwagen 3D model on tanks.gg?
yeah, I can do that. You see my screen right now? So I'm gonna cut out this next part because it wasn't recorded on the screen. But basically, what I was showing him was, first of all, how to pen the Tornvon when it's hull down. So the best place to shoot it is just its turret cheeks if you have over 290mm of penetration. He was shooting up here, which you simply can't pen unless you're above it. You can't even pen this above it. You need to hit all the way back here or the top of this, but this spot is not a weak spot. So I was showing him how to do that. As you can see, the side is 90 and the top is 60 up here. You can HE that if you think you're not going to be able to hit the front. And the other thing I told him was to avoid the gun of the Torn, because there are points where their Tornvong was kind of gun blocking his front turret. But he was shooting it anyways and hitting the gun, which makes the chance to pen very low. So that's the first thing I showed him. The second thing I showed him was the Tiger Mouse turret. So let's go to the Tiger Mouse real quick. Basically, when he was side scraping, I noticed that he was not angling his turret at all, which is kind of a misconception in the Touring Bong or in the Tiger Mouse. So let's pick gold ammo. So a lot of people think, if you look at how the turret is angled, you can see that it's kind of in a like a V shape. So it means that these side plates here are a little bit weak when you angle like this. So people will just not angle the turret at all. They'll just do it like this, straight on. But that's not quite the best way to angle it usually. You still want to angle your turret slightly, because if you angle like straight on, it's 300 effective. If you angle it like this, it becomes 320. And if you angle it just slightly more, it's still just around 320. But it basically increases the total effective thickness of your turret, which is especially important when you're fighting against a Tornvong with gold, which has I believe, a chance to pen the front of the turret if you're not angling at all. So whenever you're side scraping, just angle a little bit your turret, and this will still be an auto ricochet or just too thick to bounce or too thick to pen. And it has the side effect of increasing the effective armor of the front of your turret. And I also showed him how easy it is to pen the side of the Tiger Mouse. As you can see, you really don't have to over angle much at all in order to get penned. This is all green and I'm barely angled at all, so you really have to be careful when side scraping in the Tiger Mouse. Last thing I showed him real quick was the 60 TP. He was shooting a 60 TP during that battle. And I saw him, it was probably this angle. I saw him shooting up here with the Tiger Mouse APCR, which is a penning shot, but it's just, there's a lot of auto ricochet angles near here. The best place to shoot when he's angled like this is just right here. So that's another thing I showed him. If you have AP or APCR, heat ammo is a little bit tougher to pen that, but with APCR, it's definitely the best shot you have. So let's move on to the next part of the video. Yeah, let's quickly go over those settings. Slightly angle your turret when side scraping and when they are aiming at it. Okay, let's go over those settings real quick. I'm just going to quickly gloss through them because I looked and they look pretty good, but I just want to go over them anyway. Just quickly go to settings, then general. Go on down to the, let me stop streaming real quick. Okay, let's see. Can you go back to settings?
Yep.
I'm going through all of them. I know it's a pain, but I just want to do it because it's important, I think. I would turn off enable holoc in sniper mode for TDs personally. It's to the right side of the screen below that too, right there. I would go off server reticle, enable automatic holoc in sniper mode. That's
Right.
for tank destroyers. I would personally have that off. Now scroll down to the towards the bottom. See, all that looks good. Yep, all the way down. All good. Graphics now. And then details. I think vertical synchronization actually can go back to screen. I'm pretty sure vertical synchronization is supposed to be off because I think it limits your. Do you have a 144 hertz or?
No, it's like 60. That's old.
Okay, I'm not gonna. We don't need to touch it then. I don't know what's better. Might be something to research. But go to details now and then scroll all the way to the bottom, just all the way. Foliage transparency. You see that one? It's towards the top right. Under grass density. That one I would definitely turn off because it makes bushes way easier to see through. So definitely have that one off. The extra effects, personally, I have those all off. If you want to have them on because it makes your game look nice, then you know you can. But I'm just telling you, it's definitely better for them to be off. Now go to controls. I just want to see your okay. Sense is fine. Reticle now at the top. Personally, I turn off the condition one just because I find it gets in the way and doesn't really give you much info. It's basically saying how much health you have. If you use it, then you can have it on, but personally it's just kind of clutter, but it's not that important. Let's see, you got with armor penetration, that's good. Sniper mode, I'm assuming is the same. Yes. Outlining, real quick. I would go to simplified for
yeah.
sure.
Although I've got all the 3D models of the enemies disabled, but let's have it.
It's yeah. Can you go to marker now? I know we'll get to plenty of battles in a second. This is fine. Our team. Whoops, I clicked out of the stream. Yeah, that's fine. Destroyed. That's fine. Battle notifications. Good. And just go down the list. I'll just quickly look at them. Good. I do receive damage at top, but it really doesn't matter. It just, in my opinion, it makes it look more clean, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Good. And good. Okay, that's all for settings. We can play now. Boring part over.
I can quickly reinstall lanes, although if you like manage to find any settings, because I just use like the gun marks, fixed reticle size,
Hmm.
colored icons,
All the
and
mods I kind of just see as like they're not necessary. It's
Yeah.
just personally up to you. It's probably just a waste of time for now to do it, but if you want the mods that I have or any of them, then just
Okay,
let me know
let's
and we
let's
can go over
skip it
them.
then. Let's skip it then, and then
Okay.
let's go.
All right. Live Oaks. I'm definitely digging this V-Stab loadout though. It just looks so much nicer.
Right, hopefully, we got good side scraper mouse and 705s.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they oh shit, we got 60 TPs. I was looking at the enemy. Conk and Livy. Mouse and 705s are gonna be the problem. But the rest is okay. I'm just gonna go city.
Yeah.
Too slow to reach this.
Probably.
And
They do have a
yeah,
mouse, but
yeah, and probably. Well, this thing is so huge, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to get behind one of those small buildings.
right.
So I'm gonna go like the usual spot, which is here.
Okay. I think that's a good idea, especially considering how slow you are and how big your tank is. Thankfully, no arty. What I'm looking for at this point, so you've already made a good decision to go city and not snipe them coming in. I think that's the right decision. You have a ton of fat heavy
Love it.
tanks, but so do they, and that's gonna be basically what you're fighting in this battle. So that's kind of what I'm looking at is what do they
Right,
have? What do I expect?
right. I'm worried about this, and I'm worried about this.
Mm-hmm.
So probably, I'm expecting to come back to the base like very quickly.
It could be. They do have a lot of heavies, so maybe they just don't push east with much. So we'll see.
I have shots on that mouse. Probably not. Oh, he's crossing like in a weird way.
You have the stratsketch open on your second monitor, right? Or no? If not, it's
One
okay.
sec. Right. Yeah, I got Discord still. Forgot to
Okay,
cap.
that's alright. That's alright. You can just play. And I'm always careful on this cross because you can get
Because
sniped
of
from
this
that
guy in
ridge.
the ditch. Yeah.
Yeah. And any TDs, like, if they have like a Yag Tiger on that ridge line, they can shoot you on this cross. But you're all good this time.
Don't think he's gonna peek because it's a CC. Okay, let's see. If we can get behind it. Mouse is good. Shit.
Oh, that's
That was
unfortunate.
my bad. That was my bad.
They move it lower, maybe.
He is leaving me, right?
Hard to tell. If you kind of like move your
Oh,
yeah, like moving your reticle around if you aren't sure whether they're there, just like feathering in the target is what we call it. Yeah, now you know where he is because you can see his outline, but when you can't see whether he's actually there or not, you just move your reticle around, see where if his outline pops up. He might be peeking right now, I think. Yeah. And so whenever someone's obscured by a bush, that's a good practice to do.
I have shots in that. It's coming. No. But I can cross.
You see that IS-3 too, right? Okay, you're fine.
It's weird.
Yeah. Base hugging him is probably a good idea as long as nothing else can shoot you, because he can't pin anything. I like to see that you're angling your turret as well a little bit. Already putting into practice that, although realistically he's not going to pin you anyways, but good to
Yeah.
see.
maybe I can farm this 705A since they're busy with. I think they're gonna kill the IS-3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he fired. We can open
Might poke quick and
B2.
get a shot.
Oh fuck.
Alright, I see what you're trying to do though.
Don't have shots
How
on him.
much? I'm kind of concerned about how much support you have now. I think you'll be okay, but 60 and
But
Conk aren't really helping in the city, so
he's lit though. Wn8 is crossing like. What the hell is he doing there? Okay, trouble. He's getting farmed by 705. Okay, let's wait for this guy. He's gonna peek. Oh, I wish I was closer to that gap. Okay, 705A is kind of overextending.
hello.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, you're kind of getting surrounded now. If you're able to get out of here, then it'd be good, but
Oh, that was my bad. That was terrible.
oh, your whole team is dead.
Yeah.
Now it's just about getting out as much damage as you can, really.
Can I get a shot?
Sorry.
That was my. I could have gotten rid of that E75, but the turret turned so slowly. I got
Right.
trigger happy.
So, were you turning your hull and your turret there, or just your turret?
When I was face
When you're
hugging the
when you were trying to turn for the E75?
only turret.
Okay, that's one situation where I would definitely recommend if you turn your hull and your turret at the same time. I mean, it's kind of just obvious, but some people I've noticed a lot just don't they don't do it. Um since your turret moves like, pretty slow, the hull moves pretty fast. And if you just add them together, then you're obviously going to get your shot on him sooner. So I think that's when you're trying to turn to snap someone, just make sure you're doing that. There is one thing. Can you go to this? I'm on a Discord stream again. There's something I want to show you.
Oh, wait,
Something real quick.
okay.
So I'm going to show you on tanks.gg. There's a couple things I added. This is not a super important one, but I just wanted to mention it. When you're driving in the beginning of the game, that you saw like EBR going like this.
Yeah.
Good to always have your turret aimed towards where enemies might be shooting you from or where you might get a shot. And if you don't need to just constantly be pointing your camera towards there, you can just turn your turret towards this direction and then just hold right click as you're driving this way, and then you can just look in front of you with your mouse while still holding your turret this way. That's just something I've noticed you haven't been doing. It's not very important, but it is something that you'll see any good player do. Here I explained to him how to feather a target. That's the term that we use. When someone's behind a bush or foliage and you can't tell exactly where they are or whether they're exposed or not, you just move your indicator in a circular motion, trying to find whether you can see part of their outline, and then if you are able to see part of their outline, then you know whether they're exposed or not. Around a corner or something. So he could have used that against the enemy 705 and probably gotten 1 or 2 shots into him, instead of just aiming and trying to and just expecting where he actually is poked, aiming at where you're expecting him to poke. Instead, just feather the target, move your reticle around a bunch, try to find where he actually could be through a bush. And then in terms of big picture stuff, I think initially everything went according to plan. Just watch out for this cross. There wasn't anything you could do about it. Like if you cross this, you're either gonna get hit or not. But they can shoot you, so it's good to turn your turret towards there. Once you got into this area, um, you saw maybe that you had like 3 heavies over here. You had enough support initially, but then your heavies kind of went back to defend the base or whatever, and then you kind of were getting overwhelmed here. I think there was probably a moment in there where you can see, okay, we're kind of at a disadvantage here. You look at the HPs on the minimap, the number of guns, and then decide, okay, maybe it's time for me to fall back to a more defensive location and side scrape as they push in, for example, or play on the outside of the city. So I guess just general awareness of how much support you have is also important. I think that's pretty much all I've got for that battle.
Next battle.
Yep.
Let's go.
And make sure you got your stratsketch up on the second screen if possible.
Yeah, I got it this time.
All right, cool.
I'm slow, so I guess wait, they have E75 and 103. Everything's bannable. Tiger house if he overpeaks over angles, otherwise turret is 50-50. But yeah, since I'm very slow, I'm not gonna like do any stuff in the middle because it's pointless. I'm just gonna go in this fight from here.
Yeah, I see where you're pointing. That's a great spot for the tiger mouse. So I very much agree. It's this thing, if you can find just a place to hold and side scrape, that's like the perfect position for it.
They don't have fast tank either, so I don't think I have to be worried for them to push A2. Like this.
One thing, do you remember what I said last battle? There's one thing that you're forgetting, which I would do right now. Like right now.
Oh, pointing the turret,
Yep,
right.
that's it. So you can just lock your turret if you need to, just right click and hold it down, and then you can look wherever you want now, but definitely lock it. Okay, he's like, yeah, he's like right there. Damn, he spotted you early. That's a very unfortunate start. Didn't even get lit for that. But yeah, that's, I mean, imagine he shot your turret. There you go, you just blocked one shot. I mean, so yeah. Or if he gets spotted in return, you know, you can shoot him on the move. It's just a good practice.
He even took some damage, but yeah, the WZ went more towards the middle, so okay, but the hill is getting contested. We got T71 already up there, so that's good, I think.
Yep.
And there's gonna be 4 of us having the same idea.
And another thing that I'm noticing, as I'm driving to position, I oftentimes look at the, first of all, the mini map, but also like what's been spotted and what hasn't. All of their top tier heavies have been spotted, so those are the major threats already. You already know where they are.
What's this guy doing? I guess covering this angle.
I guess.
Yeah. Tiger. Oh, because Tiger 2 has crossed. Okay, what I normally do that I haven't done so far is this.
Just don't get back into the river. That's all I'm saying. I'm kind of worried. Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
That would have sucked.
Okay.
That's good.
Next guy.
You can pen this. Oh wait, that's an E75. I thought that was a Tiger 2. My bad.
Oh, E75, so I should... No, M103. Dude. I need to focus more.
Sorry.
Oh, fuck.
You're angling very well. That's what I like to see. Your turret angling is very good. I think in this situation, the turret cheeks are probably going to be your best bet. Capola is not a bad shot either, but... And there's like a gun mantlet portion, and then there's like the turret cheek. It's kind of like on the mouse, and then if you aim slightly more to the sides, then it's best.
Wow.
That's okay. And for the E75, just aim slightly higher on his cupola, because that's the part that you can pen the easiest.
I could even aim his ears.
True. Although
Lucky.
it's a smaller target. This already is fucking annoying, bro.
Yeah, but I can cross right now, like behind his phase 1 and
Right? Yeah.
M4. So I'm not gonna get farmed. We still have. Do we still have the hill? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not getting contested because Super Hellcat and Borask are there. We're winning south, so I think it would be a good idea to push here and just trade.
Yes, it's a
I mean,
little bit risky because they have more health than your team here, but it's not necessarily a bad play. You just are going to have to play well to make up, you know,
Mhm.
if you pen your shots then you should be fine. And if they
Look at this
don't pen too much,
SMV,
one
bro.
of your
He went like ham.
oh, he went crazy.
Yeah. Okay, dude. Let me just. Thank you.
I think the Tiger Mouse fired it, I think. Oh, that's unlucky a little bit. So aim for his turret
Oh
cheek.
shit. That
Aim
was
for
my
his turret
bad.
cheek there.
Try to hit his ear, but
I would not even aim for the ear, honestly. It's easier just to hit the turret face. I almost never aim for the ear on that thing. And you're starting to get low, so be a bit careful. Cupola here. That's unlucky.
Jesus.
You're getting pretty unlucky this game. You are like a one-shot, so you have to be very careful now.
Hmm. I need to wait for the tiger mouse to, yeah, move back or shoot. He's smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, that was bad. I mean, yeah,
You
see,
have
I
you
traded.
got all the right ideas here. You're angling well. It's mostly just coming down to hitting shots, and so there's a couple things that we can do to help with that.
Hmm.
Firstly, I'm gonna um Discord stream the E75 and the Tiger Mouse because part of it is just miss aiming slightly, but also I think your shot selection could be slightly better
Hmm.
against those tanks in particular. So I'm gonna go for German heavies. I'm streaming the right screen, right?
Yeah,
German.
yeah, I see your screen.
At this point in the session, I took a moment to explain where the best places to pen are on the Tiger Mouse and the E75 because I noticed that he was struggling kind of with shooting them. So I showed him the Tiger Mouse first of all. I noticed he was aiming up here at this little nugget on top of the thing. This is not a hitbox and it will never do damage, so I pointed that out. The other thing I told him is to avoid shooting the gun manlet. You can pen it, but there's just no real reason to shoot it opposed to the turret cheeks. So I told him to aim for the turret cheeks. Don't aim too low, don't aim too high. Just aim right in the middle of them. And then I also said the cupola is a viable option, especially at range, but um, usually I would go for the turret cheeks. If they're angling, then the cupola is probably better. Then the other thing, the E75, uh, I'll quickly, I think I don't actually have to do compare. I was telling him he was aiming for the ears. As you can see, the ears are a very, very small target, and although they're extremely weak, they're just simply not worth going for unless you're in a tank which has very low penetration. Um, I told him to go for the turret face because, in my opinion, that's the best shot he had. It's an 86% chance to pen or so. And then the cupola is also a decent option. Um, and that's pretty much it. The other thing is, I think he was aiming a little bit too low on the cupola. I'm not sure if it was on accident or not, but he was aiming around here, and it's definitely better to aim a little bit higher on the cupola. All Alright, back to the main video. We're going to talk next about his sensitivity because he was having trouble, it seemed like, aiming at long ranges in sniper mode, which is something that I commonly see with my students. If you're having trouble aiming at long ranges in sniper mode at weak spots, it's usually an indication that you probably have to lower your sensitivity, and so that's what I work with. That's what I do with him next, is we check his sensitivity. Then
Noted.
the other thing I wanted to look at, you don't use times 16 or 25 times zoom, do you? Probably not.
No.
Okay, that's okay. That's not a bad thing. But I would recommend for your sniper sensitivity to maybe turn it down slightly. And see if you like that better. Because I notice aiming for weak spots sometimes, uh, it's difficult. So I just take it down a tick. That might be a little bit too much. I mean, we'll see, but that might be like one up. Like you can use the arrow keys to make it go up and down just by like tapping it a
Yeah.
touch.
Yeah, I'm using it right now.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'd leave it
Okay.
right there maybe up one more. Because you want to probably move it gradually just to get used to it over
Mhm.
time. So save that. If it's too big of an adjustment for you, then you can move it back like a tick at a
Mhm.
time or something. And I'm hoping
Sure.
that will help a little bit. If you're
I
able to
think.
move it down even more than that, then that's probably a good thing. But
Mhm.
because in general, like lower sense is probably better. And I suck at that because I use high sense, but every other good player
Mhm.
basically uses low sense. So I would definitely
Mhm.
recommend
I
trying to
mean,
keep it low.
Paizo even reduced his vertical resolution, so his screen is squeezed kind of horizontally, so he
Yeah.
has way more space to go left and right,
hmm
and it's getting smoother. But I don't really like that. Okay, let me
There's
just.
there's one thing that with crew skills that I want to quick look at as well, by the way. If you could look at your loaders, can you right click just one of them and look at their profile? Yeah, profile, and hover over safe stowage. Uh,
Mm,
yeah, right there. And press Alt. A perk comes into effect when trained to at least 1%. Okay, blah blah blah. Ammo rectability, blah blah blah. If two loaders have the perk, only the higher value is applied. You see that at the top?
yeah, so 93 guy.
Yeah, so your other one, he has safe stowage and it's doing nothing. So you can just get rid of safe stowage on one of them and change it for like adrenaline rush or firefighting.
Okay, so can I do it for free
Uh,
or
do go to the right and click reset. It's a little more to the right, right there.
this?
Reset. You have 12 retraining ones. You could do it for free, or you could do it for 90%. Either one is fine.
Let's
Uh,
do. This is free, right?
yes, it's free.
Okay, so let's do it.
You get 12 of those, so
Right,
uh,
so it's gonna be repairs.
I just don't pick safe stowage again, and then we're chilling. You can just click on the next one if you want.
Intuition.
Intuition is good, yeah. Intuition,
Okay,
intuition,
on
both,
both,
yeah, both matter for intuition, but not for safe stowage or adrenaline
right,
rush. Adrenaline rush doesn't stack either.
brother. And you said adrenaline rush, right?
Either that or firefighting. Uh,
I kind of like with hit points. I noticed that I kind of burn a lot less.
oh,
But
with
since there's like the experimental equipment available, like at least till the end of the Christmas, I guess I'm gonna go for the experimental HP if I manage
um,
to upgrade it
are
to
you going
T3.
to put if you get a tier 3, then I would recommend it. I'm saying if you plan to play it a lot. Are you planning to play it a lot?
Yeah.
Then yeah, you could definitely put experimental on that.
Okay.
Experimental that you notice that this thing gets like engine dead a lot, right? And
Mhm.
like Amarak and whatever. Then yes,
Mhm.
experimental is definitely worthwhile. So probably adrenaline rush then. You
Okay.
still will get engine fires, and engine fires are not helped by um experimental because it's not like a durability thing. It's just if your engine gets hit, you have a percent chance to get caught on fire. But it still
Mhm.
helps with other types of fires like fuel tank fires. So
Right, right,
Okay,
right.
that's all I
Okay,
wanted to say about that, but
sure. Next battle.
cool.
I want to go. I kind of like G-Sword 1010 too.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, because like I used to play T54 when it was broken, so it's like kind of different. But I noticed that I feel um good playing the sniper mediums.
Okay.
What is this? E100, IS7, E5. Oh my god, Tank Alley is gonna be clustered. Okay, what I usually do, maybe it's a wrong tank to do this. I usually go here,
Mm-hmm.
and this position is kind of broken because you can shoot here and they can't shoot you back, and you can
Mm-hmm.
shoot here. Let's see.
Yeah, do whatever you would normally do, I
Mm-hmm.
would say. You see, this thing turns pretty fast, actually.
Mm-hmm.
For super heavy, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go here because Chrysler's probably gonna take a shot.
Yeah.
BZ already. Oh my god.
So if you're going to Tank Alley then, or somewhere else, or
No, I'm gonna try. Oh, Chrysler. I think Chrysler is getting in my spot. Okay, yeah, he got it. So
okay.
I'm gonna go Tank Alley. But uh, it's gonna be so cluttered.
Yeah, it's gonna kind of suck, but
And
maybe your
two or
team will
three.
push it. Maybe it'll be okay.
BZ is rushing aggressively. I can see that. Okay, E5 I can actually shoot because his um patches
All right.
on his right side.
Now
So
he
he's gonna
has
peek.
340 heat pen, so you gotta watch out for that. He
Hmm.
will actually like pen regardless of how you angle your turret, kind of.
Oh, bro.
So right
This
now, okay, that guy's being a bitch. If you
this
get
is
a
terrible.
if you get a corner, it's good
Oh,
to
oh, oh,
just.
oh, oh.
Oh, that's a pen roll. Could have penned. If you get a corner, you know, sometimes if you get in your perfect side scrape position, it's just good to, you know, just pre-aim. Don't bother like moving around at all. Just literally sit there and aim because they're not poked yet. So they, oh, that was close. Because you can pen that sometimes. Yeah, it's just a pen roll. It's probably 40% or 35 or something. It's not gonna pen every time, but can't tell if he has a big gun or small gun. But
Jesus. Oh,
ooh,
750
look at the big
bounced.
gun. Now, if you look at the bottom left, he has AP loaded. So
Mm-hmm.
hopefully he keeps doing that, and then he just won't be able to pen you. Those
Mm-hmm.
terrible AP pen.
Oh, this
But like
guy's
right
peeking.
now, you can just pre-aim because he was behind the corner. E100 might have a shot. I'm not sure.
Come on, peek.
That guy doesn't look like he wants to peek. Honestly, you can shoot the E100 right now. By the way, he might
Okay.
have a shot on you though. I think he's more likely to peek. Yeah, it's just unlucky. It's gonna take time. It's like 30 or 40% to pen, but you will pen
Mm-hmm.
it
Okay,
sometimes.
this is the terrain's gonna change a lot. So
Right.
it's probably the last time.
Nice.
Okay, we got it this time.
By the way, is your sniper mode sensitivity feel fine? Is it not
Yeah.
feel fucked up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good.
good. Okay, left side is kind of falling apart.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, so maybe I take like a 1 or 2 shots here and then rotate back
Mm-hmm.
because the base is good. Okay, we
Ooh,
got it.
be
This
good.
I'll take. No, I should go back right now. Uh, I'm
It's a
not
tough
gonna.
call because you're such a short rotation. Like you can always just rotate back sooner. But I'll just let you do what you think is best. I don't think it's a bad play.
Mhm.
But they
Yeah,
do
we're
have like.
pushing
Go
tank
ahead.
alley, and we're kind of like even on the hill so far, with a tank advantage though.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see because like Borask went first. But I just want to guard the base first. I'm not sure which way though. Is it gonna
I
be
would.
like here?
What is that tank next to the BZ? T10? Okay. What is his
Mm,
HP? He's full. I would be. That's everything lit, so I think you can get away with this if you were to push up. I don't like it's. They would have to all swarm you in order to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can get away with this. Your team kind of seems like unless you might win the hill. It's hard to tell.
Shit. Okay, this guy's gonna like he spotted me. Okay, I'm going back
Okay,
because I
that's
don't want to get
understandable.
flanked.
Right. Like if they all were to rush you, then it'd be bad. But the BZ, if you angle well, he should have a hard time penning you at least.
And BZ's getting shot.
No, I would just
We
personally
want.
just push the Scorpion probably.
Yeah. Uh, okay, we want the hill. We're kind of clusterfucked in the tank alley.
Get a shot on this guy, that hill guy. Just look real quick, maybe. No, he's dead. Never mind. I think he
Okay.
might have, but you can load HE for him even. You need to hit his turret though, probably. Make sure you aim it well. Okay, didn't pen.
Lower plate. Lower plate.
His turret is his weakest spot for HE. I
Yeah.
would load APCR after this intuition to it once you load, just to make sure that you kill. Oh, it was too early. Damn. Give a shot on your lower plate. I'd be a bit careful. Might shoot you underneath. But I would kill this guy, honestly. I mean, if you
Yeah, I
kill him, it
can. I
opens
mean,
up everything.
I have a hit point advantage. I'm just
Yeah.
hopefully not gonna get hit by this guy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Scorpion
Yeah.
thankfully fired for 0, and this guy didn't manage to fire.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, he's pushing. If he turns, no, he didn't. Okay, let's just wait. Angled.
I would side scrape here as well
Yeah.
because he can shoot your lower plate around this corner, around the train car. Oh, there's the T10. I would
Okay,
go,
I'm gonna go
honestly. I mean, I
score.
would just risk it. You see your team is winning, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would risk it. Hopefully this BZ isn't pre-aimed. Nice.
Scorpion's about to die. I'm about to get RD'd. Oh,
Repair real
dude.
quick. First 4. Nice. Oh,
Jesus, this is gonna be trolling.
your heal should have shots eventually if you just hold them here.
Fuck.
Okay. Bounce, that's good. You snap him.
Oh,
Oh.
1 second.
Maybe it was the wrong call for me to push him. I think you could have. It's just needed to play slightly differently in order to
I mean, I don't
get him.
think I would have done this differently, because if I had a large hit point advantage, that's first,
Mm,
so I could even trade with him.
right,
But he tracked me, so I kind of got lost.
right. Um, Here's one way to look at it though.
Mhm,
Uh, your team, like, look at what you missed out on here by dying early. You missed out on maybe one shot, and it probably would have been on the Scorpion. That's what you missed out
mhm,
on. If you
mhm,
would have done this early on in the battle, then yes, it could have been bad because you missed out on so much. But at the very end of the game, when there's like 2,000 or less HP left, it's
mhm,
oftentimes a good idea. Like if you're winning by a lot, you just take a risk because um, if you die, you didn't miss out on much, and if you get extra, it's good because if you wait too long and you don't push, you're like if you look at stratsketch, if you're just sitting back here just waiting
mhm,
and your team just goes and just kills everything, like you're not gonna get much. If you push this and take a risk and it works out for you and you kill the Scorpion and you kill the
mhm,
T10, now you potentially can go get a shot on the Artie,
mhm,
it's high risk but high reward, but the reward is much bigger than it's actually low risk, high reward is what I meant to say. Because there's not much risk, because if you die, like you didn't miss out on much. That's what I'm trying to
mhm.
say. Low
Right,
risk, high reward.
right.
And so that's something to pay attention to at the end of games in particular. Making
Mhm,
trades, more risky trades at the end of games, especially if you have HP like you did here. So if you're winning by a lot, definitely keep that in mind. You want to be usually, especially if you're healthy, more willing to take trades. There it wasn't necessarily a trade because the Scorpion track to you, but ideally it would have been just a trade, you know, one shot for one
Mhm.
and he dies.
Right. Steve makes money too. So it's like, and
Yeah.
I only have clan boosters. Uh,
I think we
so
can you can try another battle. We'll see if you feel like the sniper mode is the sensitivity is helping you out, or at least you feel it's not harming you, then you could even take it down one more arrow key tick.
mhm.
Because I think it personally I think it's going to help. Just one tick of the arrow key. Yeah.
Okay,
If that feels like it's too low and you're starting to have problems, then you can move it back up again, one tick.
sure. Okay. Right. Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna. Studzianki. Um, what is this? Conquer 752 Tiger Mouse. So it's gonna be like I feel this is gonna be. I'm obviously gonna go factory.
Mm-hmm.
Um, not sure which position, but let's try the tracks first, unless somebody blocks it. The Kong 752 and Tiger Mouse kind of like I feel like it might be the same situation as on Glacier,
Mm-hmm.
but let's see. Maybe I'll be able to switch if one of these lower guys play over here. Maybe I'll be able to switch the alloys and just trade positively with a couple of them.
So can I recommend a position? You got stratsketch up? Or no?
One second, one second. Shit. Yeah,
All
sure.
good. Okay, so I would recommend going in, and if it's not taken, this position right here, and then
Mm-hmm.
side scrape out onto this, because this
Mm-hmm.
position I think will get you the most shots. Uh,
Right.
so if you need, I don't know how accurate the ping was, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you might be
I
able to
got it.
hit this. You'll see. I'm not sure. Maybe not.
Yeah, yeah. He peeks right over this
Okay.
tree, so
It looks like there might be. I'm not sure. I don't think there's teammates next to it. Like up at this wall here, the second wall, and then you side scrape off to the right side of this.
yeah.
If
Okay,
you
56
can also
Tiger
side
Mouse.
scrape off the left side of this as well, whichever one you think will get you better shots. So yeah, this
Mhm.
I usually
Okay,
start here, but you can also side scrape the other side. Either one is fine.
Yag Tiger.
Nice shot, good aim.
Luva 56, Sturv. I think we can trade positively.
Hmm.
I mean, trade positively. We can bully these
So you
guys.
see, I would poke out and then just aim at this low. So whenever someone gives you a corner, like they're just not peeking, just take the initiative and make sure you pre-aim because you can always pull into cover if he peeks. There's just no reason
Mhm.
not to take it, I guess, unless you're
Right,
planning to go somewhere else, of course. But
right. Okay.
might get a shot on this low if you aim a little closer. Yeah, just be careful with the shot and maybe you can get a pen. Nice. Very good. And he's gonna have troubles penning you for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I'm watching south, because there's like pretty even fight over there, but
Mm-hmm.
we got meds and a tank destroyer Doom Turtle versus two heavies,
Right.
a Conqueror particularly. You know
It
what?
looks like
I'm
your
gonna
conch is pushing up,
yeah,
I
let's
think.
go. Maybe I can get oh Tiger. Okay, I'll follow these guys and maybe I can get sort of like in the middle in the southern point of the factory.
Mm-hmm.
So I can no, I won't be able to snipe because there's nothing to snipe basically
You shoot the
in the
stir
dip.
maybe? Is he in the open?
Shit,
Oh,
I missed that.
that's all good. I wouldn't
It's
honestly
gonna-
worry about the south too much right now because there's like a lot of HP in the north, and
Yeah, I'm
this is all
switching.
tier 8s and stuff, so it's all
Mhm.
juicy for you. You can probably find some opportunity up here. And the shots on the south, ooh, that
Shit,
guy's in the
not gonna
open.
peek like that.
I
Not
don't
gonna
think he'll
peek
be
like that.
looking at you even. I would go for that guy, he's just easier to hit. Nice. Yeah,
I'm
nice.
about to be in the wrong position in a sec.
It's okay, you have trust your armor a little bit. It's gonna be hard for them, honestly, to pen you. Hull is best here, nice. You can always back around the corner. I know that there's like a Yag there, but okay. Unfortunate.
Yeah, but it was red anyways. So
Yeah, true. And this is another situation. Do you, I'll
I'm
let
gonna
you go
keep
for the
stress.
shot first, but do you notice anything right now?
Um,
Look at the map.
it it feels. I mean, you about the sniper aim?
No, no, no. It looks like your team is winning by quite a lot, and you're full HP. This is another one of those situations where I would just get involved, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, because if you're gonna end the battle with full HP, and that's all HP that you could have used to get out some more damage at the end, you know? Looks like your team is
Yeah.
winning by a lot. So whatever you can do to get in there and take a hit or two if you need to, side on if you need to even, just to make them shoot at you so you spot them. Anything like that is worthwhile right now in my opinion.
Why do I? Did they run away from there?
Might just be hiding in the bushes, I'm not sure. But I mean, I wouldn't even be scared here, to be honest. Like, they shoot you, that's good. They'll expose themselves, maybe. Can you shoot that guy? I think you can. Nice. Like, take a hit,
Okay,
it's completely fine. You got plenty of HP, so...
this guy hopefully overexposed himself. Just a little more. I'm gonna get shit.
Canyonin, maybe? I think he's
Oh,
poking
I'm
now.
gonna tell you. Remind me to tell you something about Russians and blind firing, because I
Okay,
just remembered something.
nice shot. You know, it sounds dumb, but I honestly would just drive in the open right now, just like straight up. If you don't care that much about repair costs, like, you can
Yeah, yeah,
kill
no
that
worries.
and, yeah, just
I
go
make a
for it,
lot of money.
because you make this guy shoot at you, for example, maybe you can shoot him back. Well, if that hit, then, you know, that's one extra shot for you right there. You're not
Yeah.
gonna die here, almost definitely, so... Your team is closing in, so... I think he was in A0 they already somewhere. I don't think he'll get lit until he fires, though. I think that was kind of a greedy blind shot, to be honest.
Yeah, I
I
should have
was...
waited for this guy, right? Okay,
Oh,
he's
maybe
there.
no. He's a little right to that. Oh,
Oh, there
there
we
he
go.
is. What the fuck, bro?
With the gold ammo, dude.
How the fuck did that bounce? Yeah, that was good.
Okay. Yeah, so this thing came my play during this round, I think it started in poor map awareness because I was focused on trading shots at that point. And then you asked me, did you see what happens? And I kind of like, oh, there's a map. So this
Right.
caused me to being too passive. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if I'm right, but
I
I
would
think the
agree.
reason, yeah.
So so I noticed on the map, it was kind of a stalemate for a while. You know, your team is in the ditch. You guys are here.
Hmm.
Enemy pushed through here. That was good to pay attention to that. Um, when I noticed you had a T95 YOLOing up here and you had like four teammates here, and I saw, so I always look at the top of the screen at the HP difference as well. They are out of render, so it's kind of hard to tell, but all the enemies were in render basically for the most part. You're up around 3,000 or 4,000 HP compared to the enemy team. And that's just a general indicator, especially when you have such good map control, that your
Hmm.
team is winning this battle. There's three things I look at. I'll write them on the list. Number of guns of each team, the map control of each team,
Hmm.
and the what was the last one? Number of guns, map control, and the HP difference. If you look at those three things, especially just number of guns and HP, that takes like 2 seconds to check. Your team is up guns and up a lot of HP, your team is probably winning the game. And then if they have 75% of the map as well and they're cornering the enemy, that's just
Hmm.
another indicator on top of it that your team is winning. And if you're full HP at that point, and you're in a heavy, it's a good idea if you can to get more involved if you're playing passive.
Right.
Uh, one quick question, by the way. Have you ever sold your emblems in the descriptions?
No. Oh,
Do
you
that.
see this.
You
Do
want to
that.
know how much
Okay.
credits you'll get? A fucking shitload. Like, probably millions and millions. Go to, decals first, probably. decals, and then press the garage icon on the left, like that. Then you just right
Hmm.
click and check if you can sell them. Yeah, sell those unless you want to keep them, and boom, 100,000. You're probably gonna get like 7 million or something. I don't know.
I never knew that.
Yeah, yeah, you got
I
a
thought it
shitload
was
of
gonna
credits just
just
sitting here. Some of them you can't sell.
yeah,
But
because
that
there's
one on the left, the Germany one, I think you can sell that probably.
this
Far
one.
left, I think. All the way on the
Yeah,
left.
okay. Oh, beta badge. Yeah, I've got the beta badge, and I'm like
Oh yeah, you
1500 DPG.
can't sell that one, thankfully. You put that one on your
Yeah.
Tiger Mouse, bro.
I already got it on my nickname, so that's why I
Nice.
disabled chat because people went super toxic, like, "Oh, you guys played in beta and you haven't learned a thing."
But yeah, anyways, you can sell your. I'll just write that on the spreadsheet so you can remember, or the
Mhm.
sheet. I mean,
And
decals,
probably I'll
inscriptions,
go over through my like low tier crappy tanks that I've got left over, and just couldn't be bothered to browse through them and just
for sure.
yeah. So this is, I guess I was thinking before this lesson that probably my biggest problem in this game that I can't do a lot of damage nor pull off like 60% of win rate um, comes from the map awareness. Because like if I have poor map awareness, the ramification of this basically costs a battle.
Hmm.
Because I think that my team, if I have no map awareness, then my team is already -1.
Yes. Well,
So,
I would agree that map awareness is extremely important, and it's definitely something that you should work on. And I've noticed situations where there could be some improvement, like with that, like on the live oaks, when some of your teammates left you and you kind of got surrounded after that.
hmm.
Uh, but there have been some battles as well where it also just comes down to hitting, like knowing weak spots and just hitting the weak spots. Like
Hmm.
the glacier battle, I think that battle you probably could have gotten 1500 more damage, just not just knowing weak spots but also just aiming better. And
Right.
I think the sensitivity will help with that, but also just knowledge of where to aim. Um,
Hmm.
so it's really both. And the thing is, map awareness takes a lot of time to develop, whereas learning how to pen an E75 in the turret takes 2 seconds to learn.
Hmm.
And so that's why I'm not just spending the whole time on map awareness, because to be honest, it's easier to fix those smaller things that seem just more basic things first, because you will get greater improvement quicker. And then after
Hmm.
you fix all those, you want to be working on map control, or not map control, map awareness the whole time, obviously. But that's why I'm focusing on those first, is just because they're easier to fix and they'll lead to greater improvement like much quicker.
Hmm.
Um, but yes, but basically, ideally, what I usually do with my other students is I fix all those small things first, and then I will mention general map stuff and general themes. But then like as they start to implement those smaller fixes, then there's less smaller fixes for me to talk about, and it just starts to become, the sessions are just talking almost solely just about,
Hmm.
situational awareness, um,
Hmm.
stuff like that, initial positions, etc.
Right. Okay. Next one.
Yep. I don't know if it's just placebo of me, but I feel like I already see like an improvement in your aim. Like again, in Himmelsdorf against the E100, for example, it seemed like you were aiming well.
I was gonna mention that I'm not consistent. So like you saw the glacier when I
Mhm.
literally did 0, and you just saw Stujanki, which was like 3.5 or something.
Yeah.
Um, you know what? Since I'm a slow ass tank, I'm gonna actually. Did I have fast tanks? EBR T49 standard. Yes, yes. I'm gonna sit here
Okay.
and see if this guy's will take a dip first,
Okay.
or will they try to snipe from here and just like get it cluttered, and then I'm gonna go the heavy tank alley. Bless
Yeah,
you.
sounds good. Excuse me. Yeah, I
I.
like that position as like a more passive opening.
Mm-hmm.
And they do have I think that's a 3-man platoon of tier 10 mediums. There's a small chance that they'll just YOLO the dip, and then you just farm them as well. They might just go, we'll see. Probably they won't, but
I'm expecting north from them.
yeah, that might be
Because
the case as well. Yeah, you're right.
oh, there we go. There we
Oh,
go.
that actually makes more sense with 2 CSs. You're right.
Standard. I'm peeking just
Yeah.
way too aggressively,
Those
but
those CSs have a surprise coming for them. Like your whole team. Oh, maybe not. Maybe they're just gonna kill them.
mhm. The heavy line is so cluttered that I'm just gonna be.
I would get ready. This guy looks like he might just go for it. I think if you pull
I
forward,
might
you
have
get a
a
better
wrong
shot.
angle.
Yeah, there's a rock here. Man, I don't remember this rock being here, to be honest. I thought you could shoot that from there. It's that T-49 rock. It's right in front of you. Yeah, it's in the way a little bit.
Mhm.
So right now, your teammates in the north are out of render. I can't tell exactly whether they're winning that or not.
Oh, there we go.
But nice.
Tiger Mouse is behind him. Okay.
I know it seems kind of risky, but you could almost get a shot on this Foch because there's nothing that can actually shoot you right now. If you are a little bit careful and hug the left instead of the right, then you might be able to get a shot
Oh,
onto him right now.
I
I
don't
don't.
want to be 4K5 though.
Just be a bit careful though. I just meant like get a shot.
No
Back
gun
up, back up,
depression.
back up. Okay, nice. Yeah,
No
back up
gun
now, I
depression.
think. And be a bit careful. Holy shit.
Yeah. Okay. Good thing it was in shit
4K.
barn.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a kind of a stalemate up north so far. We're up 2.5 grand,
Hmm.
and we're destroying the heavy line. Um, I really don't want to push that Tiger Mouse because the FV is behind it.
No, no, you should not. Just the Scanner B can shoot you on this cross, so keep driving forward. Just you can look right for a second. I just want you to see he can actually shoot you. So you know, just next time don't take this
Come on, come
pathing.
on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Thanks for
Nice.
the.
Okay, it's a good thing he wasn't paying attention. That could have been bad. But
Yeah, I
next
was
time
waiting
take a little bit safer path instead of crossing down this line. I would go all the way around
mhm,
or something.
through
But it
the
worked
through
out
the
though.
city. B75. Okay, fired, so we can pre-aim.
Mhm. And yeah, you
No
can
gun
take the
depression though.
initiative with the peak. Good,
No gun depression beyond this point.
right? The 705. If he fires, then you might just be able. Okay.
He did.
He's hulled
Okay.
down. I see. I didn't see that wreck.
Yeah.
I mean, you have an E160 here. They should honestly just be pushing this guy right now and just killing him, but he's
No.
not. It's not really pennable, really.
Nope.
I
He
don't
isn't.
think he can pen your side, but be a bit careful of your turret. Yeah, that's a better angle for your turret. He's E160. Clearly, you're not interested in poking up, I guess. Oh, there they go. Well, this is another situation. I'll let you shoot first, but I don't know if you've noticed or not, but your team is winning by quite a lot. So
Yes, I just push.
it's unfortunate this guy is deciding to focus you instead of, all of the other tanks in front of him, but
Bro,
you
see,
shoot this
this is.
guy
I
maybe
didn't really.
in a turret.
I
You
didn't
can shoot
really.
this guy, I think. Side turret is the best. There you go.
I didn't really want to go there because of this reason that it was already
Yeah.
so covered. Okay, I'm just gonna go back for the Tiger Mouse. I don't want to face the 4K5.
Mhm. I genuinely,
He's
I
he's
genuinely dislike it as well. I really, really hate it. But sometimes you just have to play with your teammates as much as terrible as it is.
hmm Well, the other side though, I like to hold down by the water.
Oh, for sure, that spot is great. But now it's all
Because
about
there's
getting involved. I know there's a 4K, but like you can fire faster than him. You can HE him for 700, so there's a plus side to it. And if you don't get to him, like if you don't push him, then you're gonna get nothing. Is the thing. Your team will kill him before you even
yeah
get there. So I would risk if you get an opportunity to go for him if he's still here.
yeah. So this is map awareness
Mhm.
again. This is map awareness because I found myself not paying attention right when you said, did you notice something?
Mhm.
Like your team is winning by far. I didn't
And he's
notice that
drowning himself.
whatsoever.
Yes. So I would say the biggest thing with map awareness, the most basic form of map awareness is just whether your team is winning or losing, and how aggressive versus how passive you should play. There are
Yeah.
other things, obviously, like are you getting flanked? Would yeah, stuff like that. But the most basic form and the most important form is just are you winning? Are you losing? Is your flank falling? Is your flank winning? How much support do you have? How little support do you have? How many enemies are in front of you? And then there's more advanced stuff like which tanks are unspotted, how many tanks could potentially be here that are
hmm
unlit, stuff like that. But I would definitely
Multitasking.
focus on that for the most part. The are you winning? Are you losing? How much support
hmm
do you have with you? Can you push this?
Right. Although one of my goals is like making consistent money, like between 50 and 70K, I guess. That's a
Hmm.
reasonable goal for short term because otherwise, you see, I don't have a single tank 3 marked. I don't have a single tank 2 mark even. So I
Okay.
just got 1 mark on Luva and I7 just because I played them a lot back in the day, and apparently my average DPG was enough to put a 1 mark on the gun. But I eventually want to go and start marking the tanks. But I can't do so if I'm bleeding money.
Yeah.
So making consistent money would be my short-term goal. And I think another reasonable goal, like a year from now, would be getting back into like 2500 Wn8,
Hmm.
because that's what I actually started from. Like before I came back to the game, I checked my stats, like the old stats from 2012 when I last played, and
Gotcha.
I had like 60% win ratio, also 1500 DPG, which was at the time I think decent, not good, but like in 2012 it was like the usual number I think.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
then
hardening has kind of inflated DPGs. All tanks have gotten field mods, which increase their health as well. So, and some other classes, I think tank destroyers got their health buffed. Lower tiers got their health buffed as well. So
Mhm.
that has also kind of inflated DPGs as well a little bit. I7
Right,
used to have 2100 HP. Now it has 2840, I think. So
yeah, let's see,
I know that mine has like 2840. Yeah, you don't have
uh,
field mods yet. It looks like.
2650.
Oh wait, you
I picked a
do. Oh,
different one.
you're taking. Okay, yeah, that's fine for pubs, honestly. Um,
hmm
but yeah, like Bond
And then
HP
I've got
plus that one, it gets up to like 2840 or
and I've
something.
got this one
Yeah, that's a
instead
nice,
of
pretty nice.
because I was constantly annoyed with being set on fire. It was beyond
Hmm.
my patience because
But
this thing burns.
can I see your? field mods. I don't know if you're getting your field mods from someone else or if you're just picking, but I'd like to see. Just okay. Power supply. What is the top right one? Is that one aim speed versus top speed? I'm just curious as what you have.
This one,
Yeah, yeah.
power supply plus
Okay.
4 kilometers.
So with with the top left one, uh,
Mhm.
excuse me. You are gonna be like a lot slower, but it will make your tracks like way harder to pen. So, I mean, on a lot of tanks, I'll pick neither or all terrain. But since you have experimental hardening instead of bond hardening or regular hardening, it makes your track health a little lower. So you're kind of compensating for that by making it by picking
Mhm.
right, by making it heavier. It's fine. I'm just curious because I usually see other people pick neither or left. It's fine though.
Mhm.
Um,
I was kind of like
I pick
puzzled by
right
this
for
one.
that one, but
I
if
mean,
you
but
get hit
since
by Artie a ton, then it's fine. But
yeah, that's what I was gonna say because like since I'm kind of leading, I am leading the charge in 9-7, right?
mhm,
And I always try to get into the first line. So the RT would naturally be aimed at me first,
right,
like especially like the obvious heavy tank spots. So this is why I picked the reduce stun.
yeah,
Um, I guess I'm gonna use spotting setup because okay, we got ELC, but since this is 1v29, I don't trust it.
mhm,
I need to be careful though because I'm a medium tank, so my camo while moving is different than stationary.
right. Yeah, I'm curious to see what you do. I can already think of what I would do, but I'll see what you do.
I'm gonna go over here and try to snipe.
That's exactly what I was gonna do. It seems like you've definitely been doing your homework with watching streamers and stuff for sure. Am I
Well, in
right
your
or?
videos, yeah, in your videos in particular, the how to play like a WoT pro.
Mhm.
So I watched him twice, and because there's nobody. Let's face it, there's nobody apart from you that is doing like such in-depth analysis of maps and gameplay.
Mhm.
No, like nobody does that.
Well, that's
Um,
good because it saves a lot of fucking work for me. Just you just knowing good things to do off the start is just great.
uh-huh. So Elk is gonna be here probably.
He could come
Um,
to D7 as well. I'm hoping he doesn't, but he could. You know, like here, whatever. I don't know if you have dress list open. If you don't, you don't open it, but just could go to
uh,
D7. So there's a bush right in front of you, right there. To the right of that rock, you just plop your ass in there and
right here.
pre-aim. Yeah,
Okay.
right there, and then just pre-aim at A6. Like look at your view range thing, and then just pre-aim at A6. Yeah, right there. Right there is where you
No.
pre-aim. He shouldn't spot you unless the ELC is spotting you. Okay, you don't get lit. Okay, now get back in the bush. There's no reason not to. You didn't get lit. You just pre-aim and just do the same thing. So the reason why you didn't get lit there, even though he's within your view range, is like some advanced mechanic I'll explain in a second. Nice shot. So you get, I'm guessing you might have watched my ELC spot you this time.
Okay, I'm gonna get RD'd, I think.
Right, right. Yeah, definitely get to
I'm just gonna.
wiggle and
Okay, RD is on reload, so
good.
I'm gonna get unlit. I got unlit, and I'm
Yo,
gonna
if you want
poke
it to be
again.
greedy here, you could HE this ELC if he goes in the open. It'd be kind of greedy, but oh, you don't have intuition. Never mind. It's not worth.
I'm just.
Yeah, be a bit
I'm just gonna
careful.
wait. Okay,
Well,
unlucky.
could have aimed a little higher there, but okay.
Yeah,
Um, you just gotta be
didn't get
careful.
lit.
It's not there that you have to be careful of. It's just like there's people on the hill right now. That's what you
Yeah,
gotta be careful of. Those guys can over peek there and spot you. So it's about time to leave or not leave necessarily. Just not play that bush.
I'm just not gonna trade with them because I'm paper.
You see that
Oh oh
obsidian or
oh.
oh,
Kern. Kern is. Oh my God, he's trying to overpeak by a lot.
he doesn't know you're here. I don't think yet. Might be able to get a shot
Okay,
onto
he
him if he
got hit. He
fires.
fired. I'm gone. I got lit.
Just make your time count. Okay, good. Shot count. Nice.
He's looking at me. I got unlit. Okay, let me
Might be
risk
still
it.
lit, but it's
He
okay. Nice,
bounced me? Wow.
easy. It's probably worth getting that kill there. He's in an annoying spot for you, so
I
even if you
think
take a
I
shot,
can rush that CS52, but I kind of like, because we're winning the hill, obviously.
he should die.
Okay. Maybe I'll just go down here and farm them
Yep. So when you go over
behind.
this ledge here, you gotta be careful of like people sniping, but you did it quickly, so it's good, and you were on lead as well when you did it, so that's good. But if they do have a lot of snipers, you just gotta be careful of that. Now I would probably push up once your team pressures the top. This
I'm
is
just
this is
gonna.
like the typical rotation. You win the top first, and then once you win the top and your team is controlling it, then you come down here. So you're doing things properly. Nice.
Is already already. Oh shit. Okay. That
And
was
then
about time.
one thing you can slightly improve on, I think, is just as soon as you hear the arty, or not as soon as you hear it, but as soon as you see it, you can like start spamming 4. And be careful of overpeaking here a little bit. TDs can play like A4, A5
Yeah.
in those
I'm,
bushes.
I'm just gonna bait like you and now move.
Okay, yeah.
I remember you doing it on by the Crash Zeppelin. What's that map?
Right.
Redshire. Like you would get lit, you would stay still like this.
hmm
They would fire, and then like second before the fire, you would move.
So do you see anything now? Important?
We're winning. We're winning
Yes,
hill.
yes. So this time you got it. Yeah, you're winning. So the question is, how can you get involved? It's tough. Ooh,
Yeah,
I didn't
that
even
would have
think
been a
about going
nice
for that
shot.
shot. You just have to be careful of A5. I'm serious. Like they can have people behind them, and if you overpeak this corner, you will get fucked if they're set up for
Mhm.
you.
Yeah, we
So
need
just
to get rid of these guys, and then I'll drop this cliff, and
you know what I
because I've got
sometimes do? You
3S.
see that guard below you on your left?
Mm-hmm.
You can just jump down. You see that ice here too? Like you can just jump down like they're doing. You're not gonna probably get much here anyway, and you gotta be careful. I'm telling you, bro, you're gonna get fucking
Yeah, yeah,
sniped
yeah.
one of these times. So
Yeah,
you
that
can
was
just like
pretty risky.
send it down, like where the ice here too. You see the path you just took? You can just send it down just at full
Mm-hmm.
speed, and you'll it's worthwhile. I would do it,
Okay.
or you can wait for
Um,
shots, and it's up to you. But
no, because I'm gonna get sniped. Yeah, that was
oh,
way too
okay,
risky.
that
Points
was
to
kind of
foul.
scary, but it worked. So
Okay,
and
so
then
this
then
guy's got sniped.
so
This
don't
guy's got.
overpeak yet. Um,
Mm-hmm.
this spot here where the guard is fine, but you see where that obsidian is in front of you?
Mm-hmm.
That's where you really want to end up when your team is winning the hill, just that position where he's at, because you can shoot people on the side, and
Maybe I'll just.
it's safe to drive to him just like straight across the open. Like you will not get shot
Mm-hmm.
as long as you're unlit. Um,
ELC is in the back.
you just stay
What
in
the
the low
hell?
ground, and you just go to where the obsidian is.
He's going for the RD. I'm not
That's
gonna be able
fine.
to take a shot. Okay.
I would just ignore him honestly. He's the rest of the damage is over here.
Okay. Hopefully, I'm not gonna get sniped because of my
Just
moving camo.
be a bit careful, getting into the bush. If you get lit by something, you're gonna get fucked. Because they have a bunch of TDs just in the forest, like in front of you, where the Type 63 was
Type
last lit.
63. Well, the rest of this. Okay. Do you think they retreated back? You know what? I'm
They
just
might have.
gonna.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. You have
Obsidian's
spotting,
going, so
so
he's gonna get. He's gonna get. Okay. Shit, that was too late.
that's okay.
Unlucky.
Looks like they
Let's
just don't have
see.
much snipers. You weren't getting fucked earlier over peeking that, so they probably don't have too many snipers there.
Dude, I mean, 11-second
I
reload.
would cut
Is
left right now. That obsidian's gonna have lit or anything already, so I would cut across a
oh,
little bit. Nice. Like there's SGA2 back there shooting this guy.
there we go. Oh.
And you can just aim. You're plenty healthy, so nice.
Mhm.
That was a good battle. Um, you can go to stratsketch once this game is over. There's some things
Yeah,
I want to
sure.
mention.
Mhm.
So okay, so here I am pausing the recording because I was on a stratsketch, which I cannot show because I didn't record it. What I showed him here was I told him that his initial position was good. This bush here next to the rock is good for spotting heavies coming towards the hill. If you're in a fast tank with good view range, this is a great location. I'd say anything faster or as fast as like a Leopard 1 can probably do this. But there are times where it might not be a good idea. For example, if the enemy has a triple 907 platoon, object 907, and you're in your Leopard 1, you come here. You have to be careful because sometimes medium tanks can come up here and you won't be here in time to spot them coming, or you just won't be able to spot them because they have good camo. And they can pop up here and then shoot you, and you're completely in the open for them, so you have to watch out for that. So I think in this battle, it was a good idea to come here. He got shots on the Carnarvons. But he needs, once tanks started getting spotted up here, that's when it's time to leave here because it's just too risky. If they overpeak here, they can shoot you. And then the other thing is, I wanted to cover the general flow of the battle with him. So the most important thing when you're playing the hill on Malinovka is that you need to win the top before you can go in the low ground. Never go in the low ground unless you've already won the top or it's like guaranteed that you're going to win the top. The reason why is because if you commit into the low ground and there's still tanks up here and then they win the top, or they just decide to come over here, they can just get hull down on you and start shooting you, and you're completely in the open, you're just stuck. So don't do that. Make sure you win the top first, which is what happened this battle, which is good. Once you win the top and you start to pressure the opponent's back, and you're confident your team will be able to hold this, that's when you can go low and start shooting them in the side. Now, once you win this area here, enemies will oftentimes fall back, or there will be some stragglers who are just playing in this area here. This spot is usually pretty hull down to this spot here, or to up here, and it's going to be very hard to dig them out. And so I would not even try to dig them out usually. And the reason why is if you're on this corner, which is where you'll usually end up, if you peek and try to shoot these guys in the cupola, snipers in the back in A5 and A4 can absolutely destroy you peeking this corner. You cannot overpeek this corner while you're spotted. It's a really bad idea, and he did that several times this battle, so I told him to watch out for that for sure, because that's probably the biggest mistake he made this battle. He got lucky, thankfully, and didn't get punished for peeking this corner, but he easily could have died, especially if there's several snipers back here instead of just that one Sturv S1. You can get blown up. So instead, rather than engaging these guys from up here, you just ignore them altogether, drop down like he did, and come up over here. Sometimes it'll result in a kind of a stalemate, and these guys will be just stuck here, and they're gonna be hard to dig out. If you have an arty will slowly kill them. Sometimes you can go to the church and kill them, but usually you just want to let your teammates deal with that. And once they're dealt with, then once you're in these bushes, you're in a prime position to shoot anybody on the A line who gets spotted, all those snipers who were shooting up at the hill. In this situation, he had a good spotting setup, and he's in a fast tank, and he was almost full HP, so he could have chosen to spot them first for his team instead of just sniping, which he was a little bit slow to do, which is okay, but that is something he could have done. But you need to wait for these guys to die before you're able to go do that, because if you don't kill these guys, then when you're driving in to go spot their campers, these guys will spot you through this gap here, and you will get exploded. So you have to be very careful about that. And when you go into these bushes to get ready to shoot the snipers on the A line, you need to be careful, because if you just go straight up into the bushes without spot checking it first, then you can just drive into the bushes, your sixth sense goes off, and then suddenly you're getting shot from 3 different angles and you die. So what you want to do is poke into the bush and then pull back immediately and see if you get spotted before you commit to going all the way in, because sometimes they'll have a some kind of scout or spotter in these edge bushes here, and they will spot you going up into this bush, and you'll get deleted if you don't if you aren't aware that you're spotted as you're going in. So that's basically what I told them for this battle.
Between my sort of like between me and you and like Bloop and Ducky, so forth, so forth, so on and so forth, is that I tend to like trade shots until I kill someone. And I
Hmm.
noticed that it's some like oftentimes it's better to split your shots. So even if you have like four tanks facing you, that every single one of them is one shot, that's going to be more effective than killing one of the guys and then wait for the other three to get killed. Because it often
Mm.
leaves a wreck and they hide behind the wreck, and those one shots are just basically, they're not going to happen because these guys are like basically behind a free hold down possession.
For this corner, that's true actually.
Hmm.
That's a good point, but still in general, it is, especially when you're at a disadvantage, good to focus out guns. I mean, I'm sure you know this from competitive focus fire. It
Hmm.
works in pubs to an extent as well. Like there are times where you're getting swarmed and you need to focus out guns or else you're gonna get overwhelmed.
Hmm.
So it depends on the situation. In general, I do recommend that you try to focus the same tank. But if there's like a corner like this where they can get hull down, then yeah. Also,
Hmm.
sometimes it's because we're just greedy and we're trying to get more damage because the one shots have less HP on them.
Hmm.
Um, but I wouldn't focus too much on that because I mean, also if you're going for Wn8, kills give you extra Wn8. Like a kill shot compared to a full damaging shot is still better for Wn8 usually.
Hmm.
Um, Kills are very important for Wn8.
Yeah, but I kind of want to, get a consistency because like there's so many battles when I watch your stream. You have so many battles that you pretty much like turn the tide just by doing 5k plus damage.
Mhm.
Because like 5k damage is like what you carry for like 2.5 players,
Yeah,
2 players, almost three or something like that. Um,
right.
and then this is what I want to this is why I want to get into mediums, because I used to play T54 before I left a lot, and I used to scout and flex for my team. And then I noticed that this is my playstyle because in other MMOs I usually play a rogue class, and my main objective was to make fights uneven, like in our favor. Like I would
Mhm.
jump through into a certain points, get two enemies low or get some kills, and then get the hell out of there and move to another spot and do damage over there. This is why like I'm so looking forward to, and I'm so anxious about like me getting EBR 105 and testing it out,
Mhm.
wondering how it feels. Or even better, if they bring back the EBR 75, the Deteriorate Premium, which is like
Yeah.
ridiculously uh, OP and seems very fun to play.
Are you going to have bond or bounty optics for the ABR or just regular?
Imp improved
Okay, so improved. Yeah, that's bond. Yeah, that's good because EBR with standard optics is pretty
crab.
annoying. Pretty shit.
Yeah.
So that's
Oh
good.
man. I'm at
Uh,
Lynx currently, and it made me hate wheelers. GSword 1010 actually made me like wheelers,
mhm.
but it's really shame because I also like this tank, the Type 59.
Right.
Uh, but it's got preferential matchmaking, so it doesn't really make money because it's got no pen, so I have to fire gold.
Yeah.
And it's
Right.
like, but it's a really fun tank. Like I wish 140 was premium because it's so awesome as well. All right. So thank you
Yeah.
for the
Just
2 hours.
no problem.
If you have any extra notes that you've taken during the session, then can I see the doc on your stream?
I am going to just send it to you. Go on. I guess guess one last note I would say is the general awareness, not just of the situation, but just general map awareness, like of how maps generally play, that
Hmm.
you will get from playing a lot and from watching streamers, just seeing how they progress the battle. Like Malanovka was a perfect example. You did pretty good for
Hmm.
progressing, but there was just a few key parts that I think if you had watched a few streamers, how they progress after they win the hill, I think just that little extra knowledge can make a big difference as well.
Hmm.
Especially for mediums where you actually get to do something in the end game and clean up some damage, whereas in a heavy you're kind of just chasing it however you can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, so that was the end of the session between me and Johnny. I think it went pretty well. Basically, after the session ended, though, this is what I sent him. I sent him a document, a Google Doc, basically with the things that we went over and the most important key takeaways that he should take from this session. And this is honestly probably just as important. Looking over this is just as important as the session itself, because it helps you remember everything that happened during the session and the things that you need to improve on and what you need to actually look out for while you're playing, and the things you need to implement. That's one of the things is you might notice you're doing something wrong while you're playing, but you won't write it down. And it's just like studying for homework or for a test. If you don't write it down and you don't study it, um, or you don't just keep it at the front of your mind when you're playing, then you're just probably gonna forget about it, and you're only gonna retain some of that knowledge. So here's what I told them to work on. First, aim your turret towards the enemy when you're driving into your initial position in the beginning. We saw on Glacier how there was a light tank shooting him, and he turned his turret, and if that light tank would have been spotted, he could have shot him back, and it also prevented that light tank from aiming for his side turret. He only had his frontal turret. It's just there's no reason not to do it. And you can use your right click button on your mouse to hold your turret in place, and then you can just look wherever you want. So you're not like locked into looking towards wherever you can still look where you're driving, basically. Second thing, in the Tiger mouse, he was angling a little bit too much when side scraping, so we corrected that this session, and I saw a great improvement with his angling throughout the session. And that's the same for this third tip: slightly angle your turret when side scraping in the Tiger mouse, and especially, or just if you're in the open and they're aiming at your turret cheeks, because that will improve the effective armor thickness of your turret cheeks. On the outpost battle, I told him to aim for the Tornvon's front turret if you have over 290 penetration. Or you can hit its top with HE or its sides with HE to do like decent damage in something like a Tiger Mouse. But besides that, in general, it's good to try to avoid shooting Tornvons who are holdout in the first place. But if you have to engage them, that's a good tip. I told him about feathering targets, which is what we talked about on Live Oaks. So feathering target is where you move your mouse cursor on the screen. You can hold right click to keep your gun in place if you want to, if you don't want your bloom to increase. And you're just trying to get a peek of if any part of the enemy is exposed. And if they're exposed and you have the settings on for outlining, for destructible and non-destructible pieces of the environment, then you can see what is behind cover and what is exposed. Instead of just holding your mouse cursor on where you think they are, move your mouse cursor in circles and try to see if they're exposed when they're behind a bush or foliage or something. So then we talked about also during the session the E75 and Tiger Mouse weak spots. I'm not going to go over that because we already talked about that in depth. I saw an issue with his crew skills. Safe stowage is only effective for one crew member. It's the same for Adrenaline Rush, but not for Intuition. Intuition, you need both loaders to have Intuition in order to get the full effect, but for Safe Stowage, you only need one crew member with it in order to get the full effect. I told him this was just a general thing I noticed throughout the session is he's pretty slow to spam the 4 key when Artie shot him. You don't always want to heal the stun right after you get shot by Artie, but I would say probably 90% of the time you do. And so you might as well just be a lot quicker about it. And so that's something that I told him he could start working on because he's generally a little bit slow at doing that. This one is an underrated tip, lowering his sensitivity in sniper mode. I really think this would help him out because he was having trouble aiming for small weak spots at range. And this is a tip that has helped a lot of my students, like a lot. It's a big tip. It's very important sometimes, and it may or may not be applicable to you. If you join the coaching Discord, then it might, and you get a session, then that might be something that one of your coaches looks at is if your sensitivity needs to be adjusted. And then I covered some general themes. So general awareness of how much support you have. You need to pay attention to how many teammates are supporting you. This is important because if you don't pay attention to this, you can get surrounded, and then it's too late to get to fall back, or you go to a flank, and then once you arrive to the flank, you suddenly realize you're the only one there. There's only like one or two teammates to support you, and you're in a terrible position because you're gonna get overran. And it goes the other way where you follow, and you have so many teammates there that you really should be pushing that flank because you have a huge advantage because it's like 9 tanks versus like 4 or something. You need to pay attention to how much support you have, and can you actually play more or less aggressive based on that information. Next theme, this is kind of related to this. At the end of the games, if you're winning by a lot, be a little bit more risky, especially if you have HP. So we saw on the Stratsketch map, he was playing pretty passive when he had a lot of health points left, and the game was clearly ending and his team was winning. So he needed to play more aggressive for sure at the very end there, and that's what I tried to coax him into doing, or guide him into, driving out in the open, etc. Because at the end of games, there's very low risk if you die, because not very low, but is lower risk of dying. Because if you die, or not low risk of dying, but if you die, it's not as big of a deal because you didn't miss out on that much damage because most of the enemy team's health points were already gone. And there wasn't as much left for you to get to. So especially when you're in a high HP, towards the end of games, doesn't matter what tank you're in, if you're in a light tank or whatever, use your hit points if needed. Obviously, this depends a lot on the situation, but that's just a general theme that I noticed. And in terms of determining whether you're winning or losing, these are some of the things that you can look at. So first, the number of guns on each team, or the number of tanks that are alive. That's one factor in whether you're winning. Map control, how much map control you have. On Stratsketch, they had 3/4 of the map and had the enemies trapped into the corner. They were winning on map control. On mines, oftentimes, you might be winning on HP and number of guns, but the enemy team still has a hill, and you're all kind of stuck under the hill, and they have the 1-2 line, and you're kind of just stuck there. Map control in that situation would dictate that you may actually not be winning as much as you think you are. You could even be losing, even if you're up HP and guns. That's probably the third most important, so I'd probably switch HP difference and map control, but HP difference is another just obvious factor. If your team is up a lot of HP or down a lot of HP, then that is another way to tell if you're winning or losing. So I said check these factors to see if your team is winning. If you have all these advantages in all 3 of these categories, try to get more involved if you can, especially if you have HP. And I said if you are in a heavy tank, but that also goes for other tanks as well, just any tank. You want to get more involved if you're full HP and the game is ending. That's all that I had for this session. Please let me know what you guys think about this kind of format, or if you want to see more of this or something related to coaching. I want to clarify that I've been not very active recently, but I'm not just trying to I'm going to upload more videos is what I'm trying to say, but I may be not super active in the future, but I still am going to upload the old, not old, I say old as if it's been like months, but or years or something, but I am going to keep uploading Play Like a WoT Pro. It's just maybe more infrequent and more varied and less consistent uploads as it used to be. But it's not like all my content is going to be coaching related or something nowadays. But please let me know what you think about this format. If you guys could leave a like and potentially subscribe if you watch a lot of my videos. If you liked it and it was helpful, then I would appreciate it because I spent a lot of time on this video. And I'm hoping that it's helpful to you. That's the main point of me uploading this, is not just to get you to join the coaching Discord, although that's part of it, but also I want it to be helpful to you guys. And I'm hoping that you see in this video some tips that were applicable to you as well, that you could follow. And so that's like the end goal of this video. And especially the end of this video, if you're trying to get something out of this video, just this list alone is probably the most efficient way to get something out of this video. Just look at this, read it, see if it applies to you, and implement. And that's how you improve. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys soon, most likely, assuming that I upload this video before I upload my Play Like a WoT Pro videos, which I have recorded. Alright, goodbye.